Hi, this is Pranav Thakurta from Edu TV. Today we have two young girls from higher education and from the school industry. We have Madam Rupa Chakraborty. She is the director of Suncity Schools, Gurugram, and she's also the Sahoda head of Gurugram schools. And we have Dr. Upasana Mehta. She's the dean with OP Jindal University at Sonipat. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, both of you. Dr. Upasana, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranav.
And,
thank you for the welcome.
And Pranav, thank you for making this interaction possible. Ma'am, we would, we have limited time, so I would dive straight into the conversation if that is okay with you. It is such a pleasure to have somebody like you interact on this platform because, given the context that we live in today, the questions that we are asking, both in the context of school education and higher education, are increasingly becoming more nuanced, more challenging. And we are all wondering, where does the future lead us to? So in this context, a two-pronged conversation I want to have with you. One is, of course, about the journey from schools to universities. And, as educators, and as a leading educator of the country, this is a conversation you may have already been part of in terms of how to make that journey from schools to universities smoother. But given the context of COVID-19, given the fact that we had this generation of students studying online, especially in the most crucial moments of their their education life. So how does this journey happen now? How do us as university spaces, how should we prepare in terms of making this journey smoother for students from schools to universities? That is one. And second is that, CBSE has done term 1, term 2. We are doing MCQs. So how far, what do you think in your experience? What kind of response have you seen to the MCQs? Is it there to stay? Is it something which is a welcome move? Does it adequately assess the learning outcomes of students? So there are too many things actually, but you can pick up any of the strands of thought that you would want to focus on, and we can take the conversation forward. Over to you.
Thank you, Upasana. I think the first thought that comes to my mind as you speak is a word that you used just now, challenge. And I strongly believe, and this is one of my favorite quotes nowadays, that challenges make life interesting and overcoming them makes life meaningful.
Yeah.
So we talk about resilience, we talk about perseverance, and here is a time which will help the students prove their mettle through being persevering enough, being resilient enough, and that will determine how far they go in life. All this while we were talking, here is evolution happening, and here is resilience, perseverance, sustenance, and many other words that I can use coming to the fore to show whether our children are prepared for the real world or not. So I would like to begin with that. Coming to your first question, what is the transition from school to college, and how should colleges prepare? The colleges should be very clear about their vision and take the college ahead with the vision in the focus. It's literally words from the Gita, Karam kiye ja, फल की इच्छा मत करे इंसान, जैसा कर्म करेगा वैसा फल देगा भगवान. You will get what your investment is. There is no two ways about it, and your investment is education. So you will get the best students when the investment is right. But I do understand in the modern world, there is also a sales pitch which is involved for everybody. And so it's a combination of building your brand along with the education. I think these are two things which will stand the test of time. No evolution can take this away. In fact, what I've seen in our school, that this period has been a boon in disguise for us. Of course, keeping in mind that the human losses that people have gone through, I wish we didn't have to go through that. But what transpired was that every parent didn't have the opportunity, because we open our doors to parents till grade 2. You can walk into the school if you fill the parent involvement form and be a part of the class as a teacher. But many of the parents, because they have a job, couldn't do that. But now was a time for them to see how the classes transpire, and they were over the moon with satisfaction. And I think for us that was a sense of satisfaction also, and we were inundated with letters of praise for the teachers and the care and the knowledge that they displayed, mainly the care and of course the way they were teaching, and we had changed our methodology because we realized just before, or rather as the announcement for the lockdown happened, that how you teach in class is not how you're going to teach online. And being a Microsoft Showcase school, it was easy, but the technical aspect was concerned. But the methodology, we quickly changed it to concept learning, and we called it concept initiation, concept elucidation, and concept closure, with podcasts being called the concept synopsis. So that, wherever you're sitting, because initially we felt in case they can't understand, let's have podcasts and they can listen to it wherever they are, So we changed the methodology to this particular flow. So I think, you have to meet changes, and that applies to everybody. Why am I sharing this? Is that this applies to everybody, that, when changes happen around the globe or around the world, then we too have to change to fit into that peg. It is very good to say, a round peg and a square, a round peg or a square peg in the other way round hole, but we all have to adapt to change. And that is what evolution is all about. We just are going through evolution. Darwin talked about it. The second thing he talked about was the survival of the fittest. And I think I'll just rest my case here.